being Katikkiro has looked a very hard job during your time.
It is always hard.
No, during your time is when we have had Katikkiro attacked the callers.
Because of social media, all these people always existed. I've grown up here. I know people who would attack Katikkiro Mulwanya Mulise Mwogerere or John Baptist Warusimbi. I know. But people wouldn't get to know them because they were doing it.
The platforms for everybody to know.
There was no platform. Now there is a platform for everyone to air their grievances. And look at it this way. If Katumba said, I'm a very bad Katikkiro, maybe 10,000 people are going to know about it. But Katumba is only one man. That doesn't make me a bad man when other thousands think I'm a good man. And you know, bad news, you know this, you are in the media. If the news is controversial, bad, it spreads wide. So the reason is because of the social media platforms. That's one. Two, I don't think Vade Katikkiro, who has been as involved with the goings on.
Like yourself.
I think so. Because, you know, I've traversed the kingdom. I've been everywhere in the kingdom. I don't think that had been done before. I've traveled outside the country. I've traveled outside Buganda, within Uganda. Every now and again, I go to meet Baganda. In October, I was in the north. I was in Gulu. The other year, I was in Kabale, meeting Baganda students in Western Uganda. I was in Europe. So that in itself brings you, you know, it exposes me. If I were carrying out my work inside the walls of my office, probably there would be not much to talk about. But you see, if you talk about the Katikkiro advising young people against HIV, that's not very good news because it isn't scandalous, because that's what the Katikkiro should be doing. But if you're going to tell lies that the Katikkiro has stolen land, everybody is going to pay attention. Has he stolen land? You know? Or if you're going to tell people, every person who is hired in the kingdom is picked by me. All the girls, and those are the things they say in the social media, that I pick the girls who work in the kingdom and I give them practical tests. You know, I just laugh about these things. At times,
how do you feel when you get to hear these posts on social media and comments?
You see,
because we see them, we hear them.
All my life I've been going to funerals. And at every funeral, vigil at night, when you go for a wake, or what they call a vigil at times, there is always a drunkard. And the drunkard is going to be like, oh, Jordan, oh, you lie. You don't belong to a Kobe clan. We know your mother lied to you. You belong to the Mutima clan.
You're not among the orphans in this house.
You're not an orphan in this house. You are a liar. You should. These people always exist.
These drunkards, in many areas, somebody has paid them during the day.
That happens.
Do you think some of these...
Somebody unscrupulous does it, but have you ever seen a funeral stopped because of the statements of a drunkard?
Definitely, we spend the night.
The next day, the father will come and say mass at noon, and at 2 p.m. we shall be, you know, dropping you down your grave. People will always say what they want to say. You're not going to stop them. And now there is a platform. There are platforms which they use. Some of them simply likes to be followed on those platforms. If you're going to say the Katikkiro has stolen all the land in the kingdom, people are going to be interested and they start following you. This is how you deal with social media. Do your bosses think you've stolen all the land? In my case, there is only one boss. Does he believe I've stolen his land? No. Then you deal with your colleagues. Do the colleagues believe that you stole all the land? No. What about the people entrusted to you? In my case, I travel a lot and I meet people. I'm always with Katumba. I can tell you how I'm received. In some areas, I'm received like a hero. So why should I worry about some?
Actually, people are complaining about how you were received, why you have security, you have a convoy.
Convoy is about security, provided by government, because government is concerned that that's a kind of security. I don't need the security myself if I had an option. Yes, because they can tell you, you move with people everywhere you go. If I had a choice, I wouldn't be moving with them. But I think they're necessary. You know what goes on. It comes with the office. But some people, because of petty jealousies, are going to say such things. You know. So I'm not going to pay attention to some miserable man seated somewhere eating roast coffee, roast maize. You know, somebody sits around 11 a.m. in the morning, he's eating roast coffee, he's got nothing to say. And he says the Katikkiro stole the land. How am I going to pay attention to that? I've got a duty to the king. I've got a duty to the people of Buganda.